I grew up listening to you. That's what I want to do. I want to start with this. I grew up listening to your music, Ted. I'm a rock and roll fanatic. Stranglehold. It's almost an anthem to me. It brings tears in my eyes listening to Stranglehold at times. Tell us about those early days of rock and roll. What got you started? What was it like?
Well, Eric, I might be the luckiest guy you'll ever have a dialogue with, because I was born in 1948 in Detroit, when it was considered globally the arsenal of democracy, the work ethic, the drive to be the best that you can be, to guarantee productivity for your family, your neighborhood, your country, and to be in the asset column. The spirit was absolutely as positive and wonderful as we celebrated the defeat of the evil Japanese and Nazi punks. And the work ethic that was instilled in me went right to the inspiration from Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard and Jerry Lee Lewis, who had invented this outrageous, insane, intense sound and music and throttle and groove and grind, and most importantly, defiance. So I started playing guitar immediately before there was a British invasion, which actually brought the black, soulful musical authority of the American artists back to America. But I was already inspired by the Ventures and Lonnie Mack and Duane Eddy and certainly Elvis Presley and certainly Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. So I was baptized into an intensity of music appreciation and cravings that continue. Here it is, 72 years later, and I'm having more fun with my guitar than I ever have. So that spirit of work ethic and desire to pursue life, liberty, and happiness through my personal dream, which happens to be music, and the hunting lifestyle, the mystical flight of the samurai arrow, and the perfection of organic backstrap diet from God's natural pantry. So these are the confluence of outrageous rock and roll and the Native American bow hunting lifestyle. You know,
Even back then, Ted? Even
Oh,
back
absolutely.
then?
My dad was already a bow hunter when I was born, absolutely.
You know, I want to hear this. I love these documentaries on superstar musicians. I'm thinking of Rocket Man, Elton John. And when they're little kids or prodigy, were you a prodigy on the guitar when you were young?
Yeah, I started playing Joe Podorczyk, my guitar teacher from the Capitol School of Music on Grand River in Detroit in 1958. He and I still communicate all the time. We're still in touch. But that was that Motown, that black dynamic, that work ethic to create this serious, emotional, adventurous music. That's so imprinted on all of us. You go back to Bob Seger and the MC5 and certainly Grand Funk Railroad, and goes right to today with Kid Rock keeping it going. There's a real musical power in Detroit.
Yeah,
Even
Detroit.
though I'm a Texan now,
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit's got massive musical history. And for those who don't know, Ted, maybe you're young, you've come a long way. Go just listen to Ted Nugent album. Back in the day, it was an album, or Cat Scratch Fever. And I'm going to go back to this, Stranglehold. Tell me about Stranglehold. Who wrote? Did you write? Who wrote it? And man, that was for me. That was probably your best song ever.
Eric, are you ready? I mean, just think, Bo Diddley is. You get that grind going. Well, eventually I played that kind of stuff so much with Chuck Berry. You got that ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. Well, I translated it. I mean, come on, Eric. How do you not dance? Middle fingers to that.
The hair on the back of my neck is standing up right now, Ted, because I'm thinking back to high school, just listening. If you listen to that ominous guitar just throughout, it's just fantastic. So
I got to tell you, I don't write songs. I mean, this morning I did my chores. I cleaned a couple pheasants for dinner tonight. I wore off the dogs. I fixed a couple of fences, and I work outside with my hands. I get back to the primal scream, the primal goo. It's on my boots right now. So when I pick up the guitar, I'm so connected to God's miraculous, life-giving creation that I don't write songs these grinds and these primal noises come out of my hands, and it's been going on like that for 65 years, Eric. So I'm so proud that I authored all these masterpieces, but I literally channeled God's spirit as a farmer, a rancher, a hunter, a conservationist. I plant thousands of trees every year, so my hands deliver a little bit more fiber than your average guitar player's hands. So there's a real connection.
Can those hands deliver like a couple of riffs of Cat Scratch Fever?
Are you kidding me? What a sexy damn song that is. I mean, again, so all songs come from honky tonk. Let's spend the night together. Now I need to. It all's derivative. It's all honky tonk. Well, I just added a bunch of more strings to it, and I went. I mean, you think the hair on the back of your neck is standing up. You don't want to know where the hair is standing up on me right now.
Ted, stay right there. We're going to come right back with more Ted Nugent.